The 49ers are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
The importance of a lockdown pass defender cannot be emphasized enough, and that's exactly what every GM I talked to described him as. His ability to play physical and to outwork his opposition off the line have also been areas of high praise on his journey to the draft. This skill set could be seen in numerous games this year where he completely shut down some of this draft's top-rated wide receivers. When you're tasked with neutralizing an opponent's number one wideout each week, there's a great deal of responsibility to ensure you're not just physically ready, but also mentally ready. This is another important trait the GMs I spoke with mentioned to me that made them so excited about this guy. The hope is that he will quickly learn the playbook, get some solid reps in the preseason, and come week one, be ready to play.
Okay, so Keith is off the board here, Adam. What do you know?
Matt Miller was glued to the ongoing soap opera that was his story this season. A feared pass rusher, he couldn't quite seem to play with the same intensity on a week-to-week basis. Some weeks he looked absolutely unstoppable, terrorizing opposing quarterbacks. Others he looked out of place, struggling to make any sort of impact, even taking himself out of the game multiple times in fits of frustration. Some GMs I spoke to felt that his lack of consistency was due to a lack of maturity, something that can be easily addressed by the right coaching staff. This pick could have tremendous upside or could end up as a what could have been story. It should be interesting to see how this saga plays out.
The Broncos are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. Rams have just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
One of this draft's toughest players, here's a guy who played the majority of his final collegiate season with a broken foot. Long suffering with plantar fasciitis in the affected foot, doctors discovered several hairline fractures across the first, second, and third metatarsals during a routine therapy session. Translation? His foot was essentially shattered. Recovery took months, and he used the time wisely, studying film of just about every NFL team and preparing for interviews. No surprise that he blew scouts.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's the opener of the 2017 NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. 13 yards on the game's opening play. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah. They like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, 51 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. One man in the backfield, Elliott. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
To throw on second down is Romo. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Third and long here. It's Romo. He's got time. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So we just... And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Dolphins' latest pick.
He's a ferocious defender whose speed makes him a nightmare for offenses when he blitzes. After setting the team record for sacks in a game, he soared up draft boards. Scouts I spoke with raved about his football IQ, feeling he could captain a defense in a matter of years. Sources tell me that aside from his fierce reputation to get to the quarterback, his true value is that he can impact a game mentally as well as physically. Opposing offensive coordinators will need to give great thought to assigning a back or tight end to stay at home and block him during pass plays. This eliminates an offensive weapon and shifts the balance of power to the defense. Not many linebackers in this league garner that type of attention, making him a special talent.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Colts pick is in. Adam, give us the rundown.
When I ask scouts around the league what his biggest asset is, they always point to his father. His dad is a high school coach that knows how to consistently finish in the top of the school's division. And ever since he was able to walk, he's been on the sidelines for every game. Even after he leaves practice at night, he's still getting advice from his dad at home. And from what I've heard from scouts who've watched him play, you can tell the extra coaching has helped. Even during interviews at the Combine, I was told by several GMs that he was one of their favorite players to talk to. He has his dad's eye for the game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him become a coach one day himself. I like him a lot, and he'll be a great addition to the team.
All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
Once thought of as a top 3 offensive line pick in the draft, a series of poor performances that saw him miss several routine blocks and surrender multiple sacks had most scouts losing interest. Ross Tucker felt that he simply fell into some bad habits with his footwork, citing a lack of focus that sometimes happens when a young kid with talent begins reading his own press clippings and becomes enamored with where he'll land in the NFL. Tucker may have been onto something regarding him reading the press clippings. After seeing reports of his draft stock slipping, he put on a performance at the Combine that turned many ahead. Not often are you granted a second chance, and that's exactly what he's received by being drafted. His new team is hoping he'll make the best of it.
The Broncos are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock.
Thank you, Larry. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before the...
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this will be taken at the 13. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Their dangerous wide receiver, 56 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and... And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is...